Well, baseball fans, it's finally arrived, the World Series. One of the greatest spectacles in sports history, been a staple for over a century. And the Fall Classic kicked off in Toronto, one between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. And of course, the Dodgers kicked off the scoring early, the second inning. It was Hernandez and Hernandez. Enrique Hernandez drove in Teoscar Hernandez. And it was 1-0 after the second inning and 2-0 after the third inning. Of course, Dalton Varsho tied it up with a two-run shot, the first Blue Jays homer hitting the World Series since Joe Carter. We all know what that led to. So it was 2-2. Even so, it was going to be a quiet game, and it would come down to the wire. That's what it looked like. Here's how it ended up. There it is, folks. The perfect definition of how it started and how it's going. It was 2-2, entering the bottom of the sixth, and all of a sudden, it became a laugher. Yeah. A bases loaded, no outs jam. Single, walk, single, 5-2. Then a grand slam, a pitch hit grand slam. Made it 9-2, and of course, Alejandro Kirk decided to put the final nail in with a two-run shot. 11-2. The game was pretty much over. But at least Shohei Ohtani etched himself into World Series history, becoming the second Japanese-born player to homer the World Series. The first, of course, 2009 World Series MVP Hideki Matsui. So, this was the final score. 11-4. Blue Jays took it, and Toronto is now 3 wins away from their third championship. They totally took out that beleaguered Dodgers bullpen. And of course, the bullpen had been a source of headache for Dodger fans. But yeah, Blake Snell got himself into that jam, and the bullpen they would come close to getting out of it. 9 runs in that inning, which is the second most runs in a World Series inning. 10 is the most. It's been done twice. Most notably, that 1929 series where the Cubs were 8-0 until the Philadelphia A's, that's right, they were in Philadelphia at the time, put up 10 in one inning, take the lead. They won Game 4, went on to win Game 5. So Toronto, they're one up, but the Dodgers have a chance. Saturday is Game 2 of the World Series at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. And I think Yamamoto is going to take the mound. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an even series here. So that's my recap of Game 1 of this year's World Series. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to hit that follow button and the link above. That's my story on Vocal. Check it out where you can, and I'll be back to recap Game 2. So around this time the next day. So stay tuned.